Namaskaram. In 30 minutes, you're going to write the most complicated exam in terms of the question paper. Let's say audit as a subject is difficult, but TT more than the subject, handling the question paper gets tricky for a lot of people. The other difference between audit and TT is audit you already wrote 2 exams, so the stress is sucked out. TT is the first exam. The other difference is group 1 to group 2 transition. This is what makes TT a bit tricky. But let me tell you a few hacks. Number 1, even if you have the sense of incompletion, something has to be left out, it is left out. That's totally fine, because if you know out of the thousands of pages or hundreds of questions, this is so much. Everything which is left out of the question paper does not matter. You left out something, there is a high probability that is here, that is left out of the question paper. So it does not matter. That is one important thing. Second, when you get the question paper, the yellow paper has 2 markers, right? This has 2 marks, 3 marks, 4 marks, 6 marks, 14 marks. Largely, this is it. So when you approach the paper, you focus on how can you get to the numerator fast. The score has to be ticking. So when you're looking at it, let's say, listen to this, it's important. Question number 6 is in the nature of your professional ethics. There is an element of discretion. So you have to say, is it taxable or not? Is the application tenable or not? So there is an element of discretion. If you're good with concepts, without much significant memory, also you will be able to handle it if you have some tax sense. So question number 6 is for that. Question number 5 is quite different to this, where it focuses on certain provisions, rules. This is actually theoretical. If you've done it, you know. Otherwise, you don't know. As simple as it. But question number 6 is not like that. So if you are somebody who hasn't done significant arithmetic, probably one of these questions is a starting point. One is discussion based, other one is theory based. 6 and 5 done. Question number 3 and 4. Now question number 3 and 4, one advantage is, unlike question number 1, it has multiple parts. Either it's 3 marks, 4 marks. So you have multiple chances. Now question number 1, it's integrated 14 marks. Here you have multiple chances. There is a 2 marker also. So one could be right, one could be wrong. You have enough chances to do it. So I believe for a lot of students, including our students, starting with question number 3 and 4 makes sense. So if you're not very good with 6 and 5, normally this is what we say, if you're not very good with 6 and 5, directly go to question number 4 and 3 and process both in 20 minutes. Slightly 20 to 25 minutes is also fine, because if you process it, you can instantly use it and finish 2 questions done, dusted, over and out. So once you do this 2 questions, 3 and 4, or in your case 5 and 6, it could be customized. So finish 2 questions out of the back 4 questions in the first hour, then switch to MCQs. Why? MCQ requires a lot of attention, because before you engage yourself in question number 1, the issue with question number 1 is, it looks like you know everything, but your mind has to travel in a singular line throughout, from here to here. You have to remember so much, your mind gets exhausted. And what is the end outcome of this? You'll get probably 8, 10, 6, whatever it is. The same energy which requires for question number 1 is almost enough for MCQs, because you get quick breaks, 2 minutes break, 2 marks break, quick break. Your mind will refresh, tuck as it context switches. Here it has to be tightly engaged. So I highly recommend you to first sort out the MCQs, then move to question number 1, although you might know this. Okay? So between 5 and 6 or 3 and 4, write 2 questions, then switch to MCQs. Invest 45 to 50 minutes or even 1 hour. That is also still fine. Then my recommendation is to do 1 more question before you switch to question number 1. Or if you are very strong, or if you can finish it in 20-25 minutes, go to question number 1. Once that is done, you significantly accelerate. Whatever you know, you write it. Now in terms of making sure everything is processed, so once you write something, cross that number with a pencil, because sometimes invigilator may say you should not do it. So it depends. So if he says you should not do it, make it very small or erase it. Whatever it is, respect the rules. That is what it is. But in your mind, at least you should be knowing that every number is addressed. This is one. And second, let's say if you have 4 minutes to do this question, write intro, provision, conclusion, everything. But if you have only 1 minute, jump to the conclusion directly. Based on the time, you have to handle it. Okay, this is exactly how you have to do this. Throughout this, there is one important rule which you should clearly remember. Whenever you're stressed, exhale completely, or do our box breathing technique, and drop your pen. Like, you refuse to write when you are stressed, because TT, you won't lose marks because of what you do not know. You'll only lose marks because of mistakes in what you already know. It It could be calculator-based mistakes. It could be transfer mistakes. Everywhere it is. Be smart about it. Be smart about it. Let's say you have a problem with numbers, multiple zeros. Make it in lakhs or make it in crores. Whatever is smart, where you're conveying the exam. I know this. This is to an extent I know. There is always step marking. Step mark. First step, second step. Every adjustment has a mark. So please don't approach it with a sense of rush. So it requires a very different approach than FR or AFM or even audit for that matter. So if you follow this, you'll love attempting this exam. This gives you a very good satisfaction when you walk out. Okay, MCQ strictly follow elimination. I hope things are all clear. So one only instruction is always stay calm. Just stay calm and make sure every number in the question is always addressed. Either added, reduced or ignored, whatever it is. That's about it. And whenever there are two confusing things, create an assumption, write it, disclaimer, this or this. In this case, this is what it is. In this case, it's 10%. In this case, 14%. Write something, whatever you try to communicate, so that you're not bluffing, but you're actually communicating. There is a confusion. This is what I believe. So as long as your communication is clear, I think you'll do good. Last 1 hour is all about accelerating the denominator. First 2 hours, directly hitting the numerator. Hope this helps. Thank you. All the best.